morning. Facebook, Rumble if you're on Rumble, and ScrewTube. Happy, what's today? Wednesday. I had to think about it. My work schedule and working 3 jobs and crazy hours, whatever. Not a lot of hours, because I wouldn't be struggling if I was working a lot of hours. Don't have a hat on today. I have a slight headache. The hat for some reason was bugging me. I just took it off a minute ago. It's driving me nuts. But anyway, good morning to you guys. Fernando here, your friendly neighborhood conservative ex-con. If you're asking why I keep saying that, your friendly neighborhood, I'm a big fan of Spider-Man. Have always been a fan of Spider-Man. That's one of my favorite superheroes because some, a kid just turned into a superhero and he had to deal with life experience. I thought that was one of the most intriguing stories, even as a kid. I got a scar on the top of my head because when I was little, I think we were living in Puerto Rico. And back then in the 70s, curtains were held by these metal rods. And my sister and I were swinging and the metal rod fell and crashed me in the head. And my mother came in the room to pretty much scold us and scream at us, "Oh, what are you doing?" And all of a sudden she noticed the blood all over me. And then I don't remember anything after that. But I still have a scar on my head. But it's a funny story. But anyway, I don't remember that. It's a long time ago, obviously, being 53 right now. But hey, let's talk about something. Mark Zuckerberg. Everybody's talking about it. Everybody's giving their opinion. Most conservatives, Laura Ingraham and a few others, even Kash Patel, which I totally cannot wait until Kash is sworn in as FBI director, because the shit's about to change. But that they don't believe Mark Zuckerberg. They don't believe that he's telling the truth, that he's just bullshitting, whatever, in his change of heart. And I'll play you the video Mark just posted, and everybody's talking about it. But I have to talk about it because, in my opinion, I'll tell you in a second. Give me 1 second. As I said, one-man show. Here's the video that everybody's talking about.
So we're going to get back to our roots and focus on reducing mistakes, simplifying our policies, and restoring free expression on our platforms. More specifically, here's what we're going to do. First, we're going to get rid of fact checkers and replace them with community notes similar to X, starting in the US. After Trump first got elected in 2016, the legacy media wrote nonstop about how misinformation was a threat to democracy. We tried in good faith to address those concerns without becoming the arbiters of truth. But the fact checkers have just been too politically biased and have destroyed more trust than they've created, especially in the US. So over the next couple of months, we're going to phase in a more comprehensive community notes system.
All right. Now, as I was saying, in my opinion, and, I got all this stuff here, all the logo stuff. Yeah, it's a little overbearing or whatever, too much. But, I wanted to cover the background, my studio, my car. I'm in a different parking lot today. I want to give a shout out to 2 people that I work with at one of my jobs. I'm a chef twice, 2 evenings a week at, if you're ever in town, Vero Beach, Florida. It's a Pomodoro Grill Italian restaurant, very good fine dining. I'm the chef 2 nights a week, Tuesday and Thursdays. And 2 of the servers there, they've been pretty loyal to my videos. They watch them, and when they see me at work, they always talk about it and tell me, "Oh man, you made me laugh." They're older women, both conservative. One's Karan, and the other one's Carol. I can't pronounce your name, Carol, sorry. And their husband, they're always watching my stuff. So peace out to you guys, and thank you for watching and being loyal to me. You guys know me for 7 years, especially Carol. But thank you. But what you just watched, this guy, in my opinion, I believe him. You want to know why? Because, one, I'll show you. And I'll explain why I'm showing you this video. This right here. That's Mark. It's a blue belt. I don't know if he got any higher now, but that's Mark Zuckerberg. I'm going to tell you why this connects in a second. Training MMA. He's actually pretty badass, you know what I mean? He's, to be doing this, not a lot of people do this stuff, man. All right, like I said, in my opinion, not only because because of the people he's surrounded by in the MMA world. I mean, come on, he put Dana White on the board. How more of a Trump supporter and friend can you be than Dana White? And he's on the board of Facebook. That's one opinion. The second one is a video he put out a couple months ago, and my feeling on this video, which I will get into, as I said, one-man show. Hold on one second. This video right here.
I've done some stuff personally in the past. I'm not planning on doing that this time. And that includes, not endorsing either of the candidates. Now, look, there's obviously a lot of crazy stuff going on in the world. The historic events over the weekend. And on a personal note, it's, seeing Donald Trump get up after getting shot in the face and pump his fist in the air with the American flag is one of the most badass things I've ever seen in my life. But look, it's, and I think, look, it's, at some level as an American, it's like hard to not get kind of emotional about that spirit and that fight. And I think that's why a lot of people like the guy.
Now, just thinking about what he just said right there, I can relate 110%. Not only because of the training in MMA, BJJ, and getting into the MMA world and putting Dana White as one of the board members, but that right there what he just said, not only do I feel what he said, but the emotion that he said it in, his facial expressions, he meant what he said, because what he said is how I felt. That shit was emotional. When Trump was shot and I watched that, I cried. And I'm sure he did. And I believe it. I actually believe, no matter what anybody says in the conservative world, what they don't believe in, let's see what happens. This guy right here, in my opinion, I believe him. Because no matter what shit this guy did in the past, he's an American. You know what I mean? And being involved in the MMA world, most of these guys are in MMA, UFC fighters. You see a bunch of supporters of Trump. The UFC itself, Madison Square Garden, the huge example, MMA fans. I can almost say almost more than 90% of MMA fans are Trump supporters. They're conservatives. I could be wrong, my opinion. But I actually believe Mark in what he's saying. And I might be the only one saying this. I might not be. I don't know. And I'm sure you guys are listening to all the media and people saying their points and opinions or whatever it is. But in mine, I believe him. I honestly, truly believe that this man has been awakened. He's woke now. The real woke. The old school woke. Where we believed in America. Where all this nonsense that's been going on the last 4 years is what it is. Nonsense. Bullshit. Common nonsense. Common sense is what woke his ass up. And the love of his country. Because I'll be honest, I'm sure he knows. Come on. Landslide. Trifecta. Trump kicked ass. And he knows more than 50% of America is on Trump's back. So emotionally, politically, business-wise, he's smart. You know what I'm saying? So not being smart in a bad way, it is what it is. Emotionally, he did the right thing. And no matter what anybody else says, this guy here, an ex-convict, an ex-gang member, I believe him. That's my 2 cents. Thank you for listening. Now, to slightly change the subject, as I said, my usual Trumpy. I have 3 things that I actually had to look through it and see which ones I want him to say. But this is kind of funny. I have to, every once in a while, I got to put the little Trumpy. So listen to what Trumpy has to say today.
I have a running war with the media. They are among the most dishonest human beings on earth.
How, as I said before, this is like 3-4 years old. My wife got me this, and it is what it is. The media, they're bullshit. They're freaking bad following orders, and doing the shit that these liberal lifters on the left tell them to say. But you know what? They're not going to stop. I say it all the time. They're still talking about January 6th like it's the worst thing that ever happened, comparing it to just horrible stuff in history, when the only one person that died that day was Ashley Babbitt. Let's not forget her name. Say her name. The only person that died that day. I say it again, repeat, Ashley Babbitt, a service member who was shot by a Capitol police officer who shouldn't be there. But that's another day. But I want to show you this. That's 2 sayings. I got 2 more. Trumpy, what else do you have to say?
I don't frankly have time for total political correctness, and this country doesn't have time either.
I'm just... Why? He won in a landslide for that right there. The 3rd saying.
We are transferring power from Washington, D.C., and giving it back to you, the people.
This is why the liberal media, this is why the Democrats, the libturds, the piece of shits on the left cannot stand them. Because they do not like losing power. And for them to lose power and let power come back to us, Americans, is the last thing they want. This is why they can't stand them. And a bunch of other reasons. But, you know, I'm going to get into it here because I'll be here all day. But as I was saying, thank you for watching. Love you guys. Another thing my wife bought me a couple years ago that it helps me because, you know, I have some anger issues. It's whatever. I've had a shitty past, so, you know, sometimes I get a little angry and over emotional about stuff. But it's one thing she bought me a couple months ago that kind of helps me out, and I got to bring it everywhere I go, maybe to help out. But this, you know what this is? It's called the Screaming Goat button. So she says, listen, babe, I bought you this, so when you get angry, you push it, and it might calm you down, make you laugh or whatever. But it's kind of funny. Watch this. So I'm angry. That's some funny shit. And then she bought for me, as I said, when I'm at work or whatever, and I get a little stressed out and I get angry, she said, push the button, it'll calm me down, make me laugh. Because laughter is a cure for everything. But if you ever watch Thor, the last Thor, there was a part in Thor where he was gifted 2 goats, and they kept screaming just like that. And I was in tears. When that part came up, I could not, she had to rewind it because she loves when I laugh like that. Because she loves seeing me laugh. But I couldn't stop laughing. It just, for an hour after the movie was over, every time I thought about it. So a couple months later, she bought me that. And she was like, here you go. Since that made you laugh so much. And she's so considerate, you know. She bought me that. Just calm me down, you know. But, hey, that's the political speech of the day. As I said, my show's not only going to be about political stuff, but I have to talk about Facebook because, as I said, in my opinion, I truly believe Mark Zuckerberg has had an awakening. You know, it's an awakening, you know, and I didn't mention in the beginning, I'm streaming to 3 platforms, Facebook, ScrewTube, maybe I mentioned it, and Rumble, conservative Rumble, download it, and the show, the Common Sense and Random Shit Show, because of the shit show last 4 years. I keep saying that. And I'm a little pissed off because I think TikTok should do their same part as Mark is, because this video that I posted was 2 days ago, a live video. TikTok banned it for violating community guidelines. Yet the video is still up on Rumble, ScrewTube, and Facebook. All 3 are still there. You can actually go back 2 days. It's still there. But they put me on a violation, so I'm probably going to post 2-3 more videos on there saying my goodbyes. But TikTok's going away. I can't help it. I thought I could utilize it. I do get a lot of, you know, views on there, but it's got to go. This, you know, this censorship bullshit is driving me nuts. And liberals. Oh, did I get a text? No, it's an email. Whatever. Anyway, like I was saying, I can't go without posting funny stuff because the meltdowns and the liberals and people who think they can become women, 2 genders. That's just never gonna happen. Got a dick, you ain't a chick. I'm just saying. But I saw that other guy post this stuff and I thought it was hilarious, and I had to share here because we have to have our laugh of the day. And if you're conservative and have common sense, this right here is not normal. That's all I gotta say. It is not normal. You tell me if this is normal.
All the news and I'm reading that y'all cannot tell me that MAGA is not the Confederacy reborn. Argue with your mama, not with Tyler.
Okay, white people. I'm white, you're white. We need to shut up and listen to people of color. However they're grieving, whatever they're going through, we don't know what they're doing, so we need to shut up and listen. That's not the nicest way to ask, but that's okay. That's part of the point. It's time for us check our privilege and not expect everyone to be nice to us all the time. It's time to just shut up and listen.
Guys, today I did this pretty green makeup. I thought it would go well with the pink hair.
What the? What is that? What the hell is that? Oh my God! I gotta do this.
And I was right. It makes everything just light up, including my eyes. What do you think? Do you like this makeup? Let me know.
Wow! Oh my God! What the hell was that? Oh, that's one of those. That's America. That is what other countries look at and say, "Wow, that's a man." I don't care what you say. Wow, America. What has gone wrong in the last 10 years? I mean, listen, I've said this before. There's always been gay people. There's always been trans people wanting to be women, 2 genders. And there's always been women who want to be men. There's always been crazy people. Now that's crazy. The last 2, they were men. I was having a conversation with my wife the other day about Caitlyn Jenner. And I said, listen, you listen to these men who think they're women on the left. This is what they look like. They look like ugly, disgusting human beings who are confused. I'm sorry if you're offended, if you're one of them, but it's whatever. Poof on your face, because that's bullshit. Caitlyn Jenner is a conservative, and listening to Caitlyn Jenner, a man, because he's a man, I don't care what anybody says, common sense. He's against men and women's sports. He's a gold medal athlete. You know what I mean? He has some daughters who are female, 2 genders, just saying. And it is what it is, you know what I mean? But when you look at those on the left crying about Kamala losing and Trump, the racist dictator, I can't stand that stuff, you know what I mean? But it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? I had to post that one more time. That's funny. As I was saying, I'm going to be doing this every day, 7:30. I mean, I wish I could do earlier or later, but it's due to my work schedule and not doing it at the house because I don't want to be Epstein, because my wife would kill me. But this takes time, editing and all that. But I when I do it, I enjoy doing it. I enjoy doing all this. I look forward to coming on here and talking to you guys every day. It's kind of like a dream of mine, you could say. I've always wanted to do something other than just be. And I don't have kids. So this is kind of like my baby right now. And of course, my little doggy Roxy, little Jack Russell Terrier. That's our baby. We don't have kids. So that's our baby. Next time I'll show you some pictures and some videos, because she's a big, smart dog, very active. But, that's our baby. And this, because whatever happens with this, as I said before, I don't have a lot of followers. There's nobody watching me live. So I'm hoping you guys watch later. And I'm hoping you guys subscribe to my YouTube channel, The Conservative Ex-Con. Follow me on Rumble and Facebook, The Conservative Ex-Con, same thing. And, I am Fernando Rivera Jr., because I say this jokingly. I've said it before, because when I was born in 71, and I'm sure the doctors asked, hey, what do you want to name them? They probably thought they asked them what their name was and wrote down their name. And my father's Fernando Rivera Sr. and my brother's Fernando Rivera. My sister's Luz. My mother's Luz. So, I have a feeling something happened there, was lost in translation. But it's whatever. They're probably going to beat me up when next time you see me. My father's up north in New Britain, Connecticut. Mom's is here in Florida. Most of my family's in Florida. One of the reasons I moved to Florida 8-9 years ago, and then I met my wife, and we got married. And when I met her, I was still training to fight. But long story short, fight was canceled because the other guy left or backed out because he heard, I was kind of a badass at the time. And my wife at the time, before we got married, she was like, just retire. I don't want you to get hurt. I don't want that pretty face to get hurt. So I retired. I'm not going to say I regret it. I just wish I would have kept training. I mean, I still train martial arts. I still train Kempo. But anyway, my past, I mentioned before, being an ex-gang member and an ex-convict. I can't say, that term, ex-convict. I'm still a convict. I was convicted. I pled guilty under the Alpha Doctrine, if you don't know what that means. it pretty much means that I pled guilty to the charges that were against me, because I was scared to go to trial and lose, because a couple of my co-defendants were convicted. I had 11 co-defendants, and they got 180 years each, and I'm not going to trial because I had nothing to do with it. You know, I knew what happened. After the fact, I knew something was going to happen that night. But you know, if they go by that standard, half of America would be in prison doing time because they knew something might happen and they couldn't do nothing to stop it. But it is what it is. Whatever. You know, you can look into my past. I actually found the Hartford Current article the other day, and I screenshotted it before the pop-up came up saying I had to subscribe. And I'll talk about that another day when I talk a little bit more about my past. But this is one of the reasons, because of my past, I worked for the police department in Worcester, Massachusetts, talking to kids about staying away from stuff that I was involved with to not have a past like mine. I went into youth prisons and all that with the SWAT and gang task force in Worcester, Mass, with some of the police officers. And plus I was, like I said, at the time I was a professional fighter, and they were intrigued by that, how it changed my life. And also I was doing bouncing and security work, very respected in Worcester, Mass. People used to call me for guys to work at their clubs because they knew I was real, you know. But anyway, enough of that. As I said earlier, thank you for watching. I don't like to make my shows too long because I don't want to bore you. I get bored watching long videos. I hope I didn't miss anything. But my favorite cop, fight. And thank you for watching. Love you guys. If I didn't say it, I'll say it again. My studio, once something happens where I'm a little bit better financially, I'm hoping something happens. There are some links in the description. If you want to help out, it's up to you, but doesn't matter. Much is appreciated. Hopefully I'll start having merchandise and I start giving it away randomly to selected individuals. Yeah, I'm pretty good at designing stuff, so I'm sure I'll make something happen. You know, I had a clothing line before that people loved because of the logo, and it meant a lot of stuff. But it's what I do. I like to have fun with this stuff, and I enjoy it. And I'm going to do this every day until something happens or it gets better. And I'm hoping it does get better and gets bigger. And when I do have a little money, but get a computer and make the production better, I'll hopefully have interviews. And when I got more than 2 people watching my videos over and over, because that's what it is, I'll be honest. I mean, I had 3 followers on Rumble for like 2 months, and I kept saying that every morning. Hey, my 3 followers. That's all I kept watching my videos. But it's whatever. You know, I don't know what I'm doing wrong or right. But sooner or later, hopefully more of you watch this pretty face just talking shit. Because if you listen, every time you watch, especially the last 2 months, because I've been saying it for a while, common sense. Every time you hear that in the media now, because you're hearing it more now, think of me. Because I've been saying it for a while. Now everybody's all of a sudden, common sense. Because it is what it is, common sense. Without common sense, you're an idiot. And a liberal. And that's that. With poop on your face. I did do the noise because sometimes it's, I don't know. But again, thanks for watching. Subscribe, follow, share, and you guys have an amazing rest of your day. Let's see if I can find the fight. Oh my God, where is it? I think this is it. Take care, guys. Love you.